Welcome into Through the Whistle. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta zoom in. You guys see it? A new title, a new champion has arrived. The Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champion. It's go time. I don't know if that's Kevon or not, but I think it might be. But the Eagles have won the Super Bowl. Thank goodness. We are free from the shackles of this Chiefs era. It's Chiefs three-peat. Let's fuck them. Fuck the Chiefs. I'm thankful for that forever. Kevon will be joined. Oh my gosh, this is a horrible camera angle. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it. Aside from that mediocre halftime show that people are trying to force me to like, I understand. You know what? I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. I understand I'm not on the camera. I'll put Kendrick over this. You know, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone gonna get him a Super Bowl show right now. Like, bro, I understand Kendrick's big on the symbolism and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be like, yeah, I understand. He does that with every big show he does, but he literally has songs for that. King Kunta, you know, you could have came up with King Kunta. Like, what? Like, why is that not the go-to? It's a layup. Take it. Take the layups. At the rim, right hand. Don't know why you would use that. No, like, Pyros and Crips all got along. They probably had me down. They all had me down by the end of the song. Yeah. Like, that's a banger. Use that. No. All my people who play 2K. Imagine. Walk with me for a second. Sorry, I'm getting very off topic, but not. 2K, 14. Now or Never by Kendrick Lamar and Mary J. Blige. Imagine Mary J. Blige, just start singing after all the stars. No, don't have Mary J. Blige start it off. Have Kendrick start off with Making Up Is a Dream, Sleepwalking on Another Big Stage. Like, is that not fit the exact moment that this is? You out here sleepwalking onto another big stage. This is the biggest stage that you will ever perform on, bruh. It's a Super Bowl, 120 mil watching you. Come on, lock in. Like, that GNX stuff, give it up. This is not a GNX concert. This is a Super Bowl halftime show. You want to do your symbolic stuff? Use some symbolic music that you got, Kendrick. Kendrick, what's going on? You out here using GNX? But I will give you that. I will give you one thing. Besides SZA, lip syncing. Shout out to SZA. Y'all know you're not good live. I will give you that whole build up to They Not Like Us was very WWE-esque. It was like, oh shit. Hey, he about to do it right here? No. All right, hold on. Let it build up a little bit. Come back oh. Did I like that? No. All right, we're gonna wait. And then he finally performed it. And I was like, okay, that was a great build. That's how you let, in the words of Lil Wayne, that's how you let the beat build. That's how you let it build up. Build up the eagerness for it, for it. Nonetheless, next year, probably gonna be like Morgan Wallen or something. This man out here saying pedophile. Kendrick Lamar said pedophile on TV. I was like, damn, he tripping. I had the whole stadium saying A minor. Good for him. Love that for you. Serena out here crip walking. Shout out to Serena. I guess she's not one of those Parkers and Crips that got along. Shout out to her. Or the NFL really want to make some money. You get Bad Bunny. You get Bad Bunny out there to perform. You know how many untapped demographic you going to get with the Hispanic community? That's easy. Uptick in ratings right there and viewerships. So why not do that? Lock in NFL. Roger Goodell. Come on, tap in with me. But sorry, I had to do my Diet Pepsi. Fun fact, One, before the fun fact, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know, shout out to the Super Bowl episode, man. We made it through a football season. We 30 episodes in. Probably should be 40 episodes in. But, you know, I'll be having stuff to do. I'm so sorry. Kevon should be here eventually. Maybe, possibly. I got to go by like 1:30-ish today. It's 1:07. But, so I got to like, you know, pick up my pace. Start going off on these tangents. But, fun fact, aside from like, sharing, subscribing, likes and comments help a whole lot. Helps with the algorithm, get the show off. But diet sodas, diet pops, I'm from Ohio. There's no reason why I'm saying soda. Diet pops and 0-calorie pops are essentially the same thing, but the 0-calorie aspect of it is to, you know, brand it more towards men, because I guess it's like a connotation that diet pops are like geared towards women. I don't know if that was like a thing back in the day. I don't know nothing about that. But I guess the whole 0-calorie aspect makes it like, you know, more like enticing for men to have, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, let's talk about this great hate watch I had last night. Yes, I understand a division rival won a Super Bowl. Congrats. Second Super Bowl in the last 7 years. Congrats, Philadelphia. But more than I hate Philadelphia, I hate the Kansas City Chiefs. Because of the man who's usually right next to me, Kevon. It's all, my home's this, my home's that. My grandma also does it. Very magic, man. No, I don't want to hear that, Nana. Whenever I know you're going to watch this, Nana, because you're a great supporter. W Grandma. But this Patrick Mahomes stuff, I think you fueled my hate for Patrick Mahomes almost more than anybody now. I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes, no, he sucks. Because let's talk about it. 9 straight. One, I'm going to just say what I think the problem was with the Chiefs. They try to get away from a formula that they used all regular season long, with, you know, using the run game to their advantage, you know, not making Patrick Mahomes do every single thing, you know, that kind of helps, you know? And then, you know, maybe making sure, like, you run the ball so that your defense isn't on the field every 5 seconds. That might help as well. I also don't think people understand, like, the Chiefs had 1 rush in the first 3 drives. That is insane. And then aside from that, the Chiefs had 3 freaking rushes the whole first half. Is that not insane? Like, is that not, you know, like a recipe for disaster? Sorry about that. To check, make sure it's recording. Let's mind you, you know, a little break that the curtain. I was talking for maybe like 20-ish minutes. The first time it wasn't recording. I was like, oh, let me go lock in. Son told me, you know, God told me, you're not recording yourself, bud. But, back on topic. You go the whole first half with only 3 rushes. The last time that you did this whole, Mahomes is going to carry us, he's going to get us to the promised land, we're good. You don't need nothing else. Get the ball to Patrick Mahomes. Like it's your freaking Madden player or Road to Glory player. Like, bro, no, you need to run the fucking ball. Like, the Eagles' pass defense is significantly better than their running defense, like rushing defense. They have waves and waves and waves and waves and waves of D linemen who just rotate in. They're always fresh. That's why they always get to the to the quarterback. It's fucking insane. Trust me, I see it all the time. They fucking dog walk the Giants every fucking year. Trust me, I see it. Shout out to you, Brandon, Jamal, Alex Isaiah, Pat, Baker. You know, shout out to y'all's Eagles getting the Super Bowl. But it's just the Chiefs played it right into y'all's hand. Why are you not running the ball, trying to keep them on their heels or something? Like, why would you do that? Because your boy, especially after your boy throws his second interception in the game. Mind you, the second interception put them down 24-0. Those first two possessions, I'm not gonna lie. I understand how they both punt. Second Eagles drive, touchdown. I'm like, okay, cool. Kansas City punts again, 3-and-out. Jalen Hurts does an interception. I'm like, okay, this is when, the bullshit starts. Kansas City lock in. Patrick Mahomes said, nah, 3-and-out. I don't want this ball. Touchdown. Field goal by the Eagles. I'm like, okay, it's 10-0. Patrick Mahomes always locks back in, 10-0. Being down 10-0. Those are pick six to Cooper DeJean, a cornerback from Iowa. A white man from Iowa playing corner. That is a very uncommon thing to see. It's like a shooting star. No, less common than that. In the NFL, you don't see that at all. But, power to my boy, Cooper DeJean. It's that fresh taper he had. So now I need to tap in with Lloyd. Because boy, oh boy, Valentine's Day is around the corner. Can't be looking scruffy. But even when they were down 17-0, I was like, okay, the Chiefs are going to come back and win this game. It's part of the script. God make it look good so that the GOAT debate's there. Sorry, I got to hide the Canes cut. But then something profound happens. This man throws another fucking interception, and he throws it to Mr. Zach Brown. Mr. All-Pro Zach Brown. And he gets him down to like the 10-ish yard line, 15, 20-ish, I don't know. I think it was about the 20-yard line. Because Zach Brown, he was like, oh shit, I caught the ball. Oh shit, I didn't think I was going to catch it. Especially I would have did the same. I'm like, probably would have dropped it. But I'm too big. I'm like, no, I dropped it. But that's not what happened. This next play, after that second pick, A.J. Brown, put that book down because we need you to use your hands and catch this ball, walk into the end zone untouched. A.J. Brown always seems to have a field day against the Chiefs. I don't know what it is. I don't know who said something about his mama, but the Chiefs are on A.J. Brown's shit list for sure. Nonetheless, halftime hits 24-0. They're not like us plays. I'm like, okay. The Chiefs are about to lock in and they're going to come back and win the Super Bowl. It's all in the script. Jill's like, hey, plus 1,200 on FanDuel. I'm like, hey, might have lock it in. No cap. Plus 16.5 spread, insane. They're covering that. Glad I not been on either of those. I would have been baffled. Because there's just no way. Blowout? There's no way. I sent a screenshot to a couple people. And I was like, dang, like before this, the NFL script writers locked in on the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's boring. Like, what's going on? I was sitting there like Uncle Randy and whatnot. He was like, yeah, bro. Like the NFC was just dominating everybody. Like, it's insane. Nick Wright brought it up, and I was like, oh shoot, let me look into this. Like 14 out of 17 Super Bowls were blowouts in that span. Like until I want to say like the '97 Broncos team, that one with Elway. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm like, hey, it has to be like close. It's don't have to be competitive, bro. Like, no way. GOAT debates on the line. This man, Jalen Hurts. Kevon's a big hater of Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I think he's anti-light-skinned quarterback. He hates Russell Wilson too. But Jalen Hurts throws a moon ball. Devontae Smith says, hey kid, what's your favorite color? Blur. Moon ball over the shoulder, blows by, bro. Touchdown. Game's over. I don't care that it was only 34-0. It was 2 minutes. It was like 5 minutes into the third quarter. The game was over. It was over. Like, I understand that the final score ended up being 40-22, but no. In my eyes, game ended 34-0. All this little backdoor stat pattern that Patrick Mahomes didn't do it for me, kid. Didn't do it. So I say all that to get back to this point. 9 drives, and you don't cross the 50-yard line as the Chiefs. You don't cross the 50-yard line until the second half, halfway through the third quarter. Self-respect out the window. What's going on? Because this all ties into the GOAT debate. It's over. The debate for who's the GOAT at quarterback is over. There is nothing that Patrick Mahomes can do besides maybe win 4 straight. Like dead ass. I mean, I'm being 100% dead ass serious. Unless he three-peats or wins like 10 Super Bowls, he can never be the GOAT. Like, I'm sorry. Tom Brady having the most successful hate watch in history. Watching Patrick Mahomes just shit the bed. The game was a blowout, so they just kept talking about Tom Brady's Super Bowls that he's won and lost. He's been to 10, something slight. Like, damn, bro, relax. We get it. You like that. You got that shit, big bro. But when Mahomes has 7, before, the stat pattern started, this man, Patrick Mahomes, in his 5 Super Bowl games, had 8 turnovers across 5 games. 8 turnovers across 5 games. That's almost 2 per game. And before those garbage time touchdowns, he only had 8 touchdowns through those 5 games. 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's not pretty numbers at all. Sorry to break it to you. That's not beastie, bro. Like, that's not, that's not doing shit for you. That's not moving the needle. And it's just like, bro, what happens in these games, bro? Like, biggest moment, that's when you shine the brightest. I'm not saying Tom Brady was the perfect quarterback because, of course, there was the second Rams Super Bowl back in 2019 where it was a defensive slugfest. I want to say Brady only had 1 touchdown, but I don't think he had any interceptions. But at the end of the day, and Brady's 3 losses in the Super Bowl, he lost by a combined 15 total points. I don't know. We're not all math majors. We not all Miss Two Ball. We not all, or Mr. Lou. We not all math majors. But that's an average of 5 points a game. Mahomes has lost 2 Super Bowls and has lost by a combined 40 points. 40 points that man has lost by in the Super Bowl. The debate is over. You get blown out. That's like, I don't even know that there's not even something to caveat that with, to compare that to. Because one, you lost to Tom Brady in the AFC Championship game. Okay, we get it. You didn't get the ball in overtime. It was your first year starting. Okay, mulligan if you want. And your second time seeing him in the playoffs, you get blown out 31-9. You get blown out by Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, biggest stage of them all. Oh, Tom, he didn't have a line. Oh. Okay, cool. All right, whatever. And now you get blown out 34-0, bruh? 34-0? You down 5 possessions? Self-respect went out the window. Like, that's just not okay, bro. Like, and the thing is, they went away from the quick game because they were like, oh, everything underneath is clamped up, so let's go deep. No, that makes no sense. Everything, you have no time. Patrick Mahomes has no time. Why are you not running the ball? Get them to, think about, oh, it might be a run play this time. No, that's out the window. You got Patrick trying to run for his life, trying to force throws that we haven't seen him do in a couple years. Every other game this season, he's missed or checked down himself. Like, to be able to get 6 sacks off 0 blitzes, insane. Took the hat. Like, you got it, big dog. Big Fangio. You got it. Because the way that Patrick Mahomes used to do Denver, insane. But also, they haven't, they didn't have the talent that the Eagles have. So Big Fangio's like, oh, shit, kid in the candy store. Because I feel like the most telling play of the whole game is a play that didn't even count. There was a play where Mahomes was scrambling around. There's a holding penalty. And he ran around. All his line's tired. Mahomes is tired. Defensive line's tired. They call holding. They call it back. Fresh 4 coming to the game. Fresh. Tired 4 from that last plays out. Fresh 4 is in. Force a sack. Like that was like the culmination of this whole game. Like it literally that encapsulated the whole game. All right, go ahead and sit out real quick. New 4 came in, D-line was fresh. They're ready to go. But also, the scariest part about this whole thing, we're stuck with them for a while. They have $18 million in cap space. Their only notable free agents are Zach Brown, who I mentioned had the interception in the second quarter. They also are losing Josh Sweat. Cool. Jacoby Dean, and you need a battery, Kevon. Or you can use the other mic. I didn't turn that on, I don't think. But Jacoby Dean coming back. Jordan Davis coming back. Miguel, Millen Williams, Brandon Graham didn't really do too much. Mekhi Becton, who got moved to right guard this year, played pretty well. And then that's all you're losing. Those are your 3 starters that you're losing from this Super Bowl team. And I don't know, but I'm nervous as a Giants fan. Kevon should be nervous as a Cowboys fan. My boy Austin Arnold should be nervous as a Commanders fan. Because, there's just no way. This team is damn near fake. How do you not have anybody to fucking pay? That's not fair. Damn near. But also, the ascension to a top 5, what I feel like is regardless of the fact, a top 5 quarterback in Jalen Hurts. 17 of 22 for 290 total yards through basically 3 quarters and 3 touchdowns. That's a sensational stat line. Despite, having that interception was ugly as hell. Very ugly. Only time they got pressure in his face the whole game. Pause. And you can say that this is the second time I'm playing Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. The first time in the first Super Bowl, did he not? Aside from the one turnover he played a perfect game the first time. Mahomes this game didn't do much of nothing. And it's just that. Eagles got it. We're going to see if it's actually a curse of the NFC East not having your mic on.
It is.
The NFC East not having a repeat division champ since 2005. Back when Kevon was 15 years old in 2005. Shout out to that, back in those days. But, yeah, Eagles here to stay. Kevon, thoughts on yesterday?
Excuse me.
Glad your voice is back, man.
It is
that
back.
Sickness was beating your ass.
It was. It's really not much to say. I would say that it was clear from the get-go what the game was going to be. That Eagles D-line decided to take over. It was very much clear that the only way that the Chiefs would be able to get any type of production was legitimately they had to pull something out of there. You know what? I was very impressed. Dick Fangio is definitely a different type of breed when it comes to how he plays defense. He's one of those people that does not like to give up big plays. Obviously, he's a guy that will legitimately make you dink and dunk the entire way up and down the field, and he's going to live with that. The problem with Kansas City last night, I believe, was more or less they weren't able to hold up front, and Patrick Mahomes was very off from the jump. Patrick Mahomes.
We've been seeing this since probably the Bengals game.
I would say that it was worse than that. I would say the stat line does not show how bad that he played. I think that he definitely left a lot on the field. But he was just, I mean, Patrick Mahomes legitimately has never had a good first half in a Super Bowl.
He came at the bottom.
But this one, it kind of looked more, I don't think it was more or less he was jittery. I think he was more forced into that because of how difficult it was for him to sit there, and he didn't trust anything. Legitimately, he trusted zero. He trusted nothing on the field, and I don't blame him for that. I don't. If there was a blame game, like, a pie or whatever it is, I would give 75% of the blame to Patrick Mahomes and 25% to that offensive line. I think that the defense played the absolute best they could and what they were given.
For sure. On the field, what it was, I want to say 4 3-and-outs in the first half?
Yeah, I think they bottled up Saquon Barkley like I thought they would, and they forced Jalen Hurts to legitimately be like, hey, listen, you're going to have that same performance that you did last time, and you're probably going to do better. Because, I mean, truthfully, if the Chiefs' offense shows up, I don't know how much that game...
It's not 40. It's not...
It's not 30,
it's
just more or less, I don't know how the momentum of that game goes because, like I said, I thought the defense was playing well. Yeah. I mean, they 17 points at what they were, I mean, before that last interception that he had, and it's like you're basically spotting them 14.
Yeah.
And you forced a turnover on Jalen Hurts in the beginning of the halfway point of the first quarter, and you're giving your team the offense back on the field. It's just, I think it was more or less Patrick was missing on key downs. It wasn't like, it was second and 5. Okay, he misses. No, it was 3rd and 3. You missed something.
Kelce, you missed throwing it as basically his ankle.
You're missing on 3rd and 5. DeAndre Hopkins wide open.
Yeah, you're
throwing it behind. I mean, it was happening on key downs and not. And we had this conversation. You thought that they should have ran the ball more. I thought that the problem was they would try to pass first down, and then they will get set back. It's
very reminiscent of what the Cowboys do. Like how they first down, it's either a pass or it's a pass about 70% of the time. And now
I think it's more close. I think it's closer to what the Texans were doing this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So it was just like you pass on first down.
Second and 10.
It's 2nd and 10, if not second and 15 because of a sack. And now it's like if you run the ball, you're basically giving up the play.
Yeah, you're giving up the drive.
Exactly. So I think that they were forced into that. I don't think that offensive line was able to get a push off of them anyway, because little does anybody look at it. They all give Carter was a monster in this game, but Nolan Smith, what he was doing to Joe Tooney was insane. It was legitimately incredible.
I'd have been in hand like it still got a sack, bro.
It was legitimately incredible what I think it was Schwartz who used to play for the Chiefs that diagnosed that. He put it on Twitter, was like, and shouted at him. He sat there and was like, Sweat low-key had a chance to win MVP for how much he did.
How many pressures it
was the fact insane. That he had almost 3 sacks and pressured more than 50% of the time that he was on one-on-one situations, it was incredible what he was doing. A lot of people are trying to sit there and say this game reminds them so much of what the Bucs game was, and I don't see it that way. The Bucs game, I believe,
it was forced for Patrick to have to do that.
There was no chance. He came into that game with 3 backup offensive linemen and only 1 true starter that had been playing all season.
And he was playing out of position at that.
And legitimately, it wasn't like in that game they weren't driving. They were driving, and then, like in the second,
a drop in the end zone.
They had 3 drop passes in the end zone, and then you had 7 or 8 drops overall.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and because that's the game that I don't blame.
That's a mulligan game. That's the game I say give you a mulligan.
I truly believe that this game, it was like he was jittery. It was like, okay, I got 1 second. If my first reason out here, I'm looking, okay. Because, I mean, not that he didn't have a reason not to do that, but it was just like the old Patrick Mahomes we see is he's dropping back. He doesn't care what the offensive line is doing. He's going to make sure he can step up and he's going to launch something. Or he's going to find his check down. Last night it was one step. You're not there. Okay, I step up and I'm stepping into a sack. It's not. It wasn't. We couldn't see the quote unquote Patrick Mahomes magic because there was no time. The fact that he was getting pressure.
Dylan Carter's just, hey, I'm right here. What's up?
He was legitimately blitzed 0 times. Zero. He is one of 6 quarterbacks that has been blitzed 0 times in a Super Bowl, and all 6 of them players have lost. One of them was Tom Brady when y'all played them. And it's legitimately
17 Michael Street.
When you can sit there and get pressure like that, that's the ultimate.
That's the only way.
That's the ultimate.
Drop 7.
That's the ultimate win. Like you know, you're going to be able to get a win if you can get. They had 56% pressure rate out of 100. That means in 56% of the time that he's dropping back, he is legitimately having somebody in his face. It was to the point to where even when he had that strip sack, we talk about the refs. He got smacked in the face.
Ball was already out.
The ball was out.
On the ground.
There was nothing for them to. There was no flag. There's nothing. So I think the Chiefs will have to revisit a lot of things as far as what they will have to do to compete with a team like that, because I think the Eagles are for sure here to stay. They're for sure here to stay. They will have to probably. The money they will get expensive soon, not now. Like next year they will be fine.
Like 3 years from now.
I'll say 2. I'll say probably about 2 from now. I don't know. Or that last year of Saquon Barkley's deal with AJ Brown and Hurts also getting paid what he gets paid with Devontae, and that's going to be back when you have to pay
Jalen Carter
and Nolan
Smith.
So then you're going to have to pick
with Mitchell's fucking deal coming up too.
So they're probably going to be drafting this year offensive linemen mainly because they're going to say Lane, he's getting older, and Becton. I mean, we're going to have to pick one.
And you see what they did with Jason Kelsey. They're like, hey, we're going to get Malagetta.
Yeah,
like he's going to be a replacement, and we're going to feel free to stay as long as you want because we're just going to move him somewhere else. Probably put him at guard since Mekhi Becton's probably going to be gone. He played his way to another contract. Another contract.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And he was playing out of position.
Yeah,
so I
would say that shit. We messed around. Might have seen what the problem was. He's just not a tackle. He's not an NFL tackle. He's a guard. Which go make some good guard money. Go ahead, do your thing, Mekhi. But all right, we're gonna drive the replacement, and he's just gonna step right in as soon as you leave. Because
he can learn right under that. And then if you get him in the first round, you get 4 straight free years of him. Probably first 2 years. Okay, Lane, this is how you do it. All right, bet. And then you step right in.
Because Kevon, there is no reason. What year is Jalen in? What year 5?
Jalen?
Yeah, what was it, year 4, year 5?
This is year 5, I believe.
There is no reason that Howie Roseman is drafting at the rate that he's drafting.
Oh no! Now
there's no way
he's drafting. Now at this point, he's just drafting for the F of it because now
every single draft.
His team is complete right now. He's now drafting for who are my replacements? Literally. Because I don't need anything.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this year I don't think that they will be going into. They will probably be making the most trades out of everybody off the simple fact that we don't need
nothing.
So
Darius Slay leaves. Okay.
We're probably
all right. Bump the John out. I mean the G out.
I think that
Kelly Ringo there.
They'll probably draft a slot, or another corner, maybe like second round. If they get in the first round, they might draft like a Muhammad or something like that, or like I said, best available. And at that point, it's just like, okay, we're just going to see where we can put you,
bro.
It's
foul.
It is, and that's why he's looked at as one of the best GMs in the NFL. But I just had to see because halfway through that first half, when I seen what AJ Brown was on, I don't know how long he's going to be there. I get that he now, especially now that he has his ring, it's like, I want to be the guy. Like
I want the ball.
I want the ball. And I don't know how long that's going to be, like his little read, because he was pissed.
Oh, no. The drive before he got the touchdown,
he was pissed.
He's got Nick Sirianni on his face. He said, "Give me the motherfucking ball. I'm not here for no motherfucking reason." And then he got the ball. motherfucker
And then
scored.
he was cool. So I don't know how long that's going to be a thing, but for sure, I think that the Eagles are definitely. They should be
coming from that division too, bro. Like
they should be a lock for the next 3 years for at least minimum top wild card spot. But I do feel for them as I look at them as a Niners team because I don't think Saquon is repeating. He's not repeating.
The bill is due.
The bill will be due next year when the fact that
not going well. We're not wishing.
Yeah, I'm not hoping. But that's kind of
this is what his career
that's the
has
trend,
been.
and he follows that same CMC trend as far as he has that breakout season, and in that next final season he's not ready to do
saw it last night, like 50 yards, bro.
Well,
they were trying to get him going.
They were, but I don't think that. I feel like the Chiefs were legitimately. They were a top 8 defense, like when it comes to the run.
That is true.
They weren't allowed. If they were going to die one way, it wasn't going to be them dying to
Saquon 90-yard touchdown.
So
you would appreciate the 90-yard touchdown.
I was very upset with that. But besides the point, yeah, it was just. I think it was more a credit to the Chiefs defense, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing really much to say. I think, like I said, Patrick Mahomes played an awful game. I think 75% of that is blame on him. He needed to be better. He was not better. He did not play up to his standard. I do think that next year...
Is it time for Travis to hang it up?
I won't say that it's time, but he's very near the end. It is... Next year will be his last, if not this year.
I feel like they would have won this year. I mean,
I
think you would have said,
I do too.
I'm into the sunset.
I do too. Because, I mean, truthfully, next year, though people probably don't want to like it, they get better next year. They get their entire receiving core that they thought they were going to have this year. Now they get it back with a year of Xavier Worthy, who had the quietest 160 in Super Bowl history, probably.
I mean, that 70-yard touchdown at the end.
But I'm saying it was just quiet. It was quiet. So it was just like you get that, you add Rashee Rice coming back, and then you add Hollywood Brown if he decides that he's going to stay into his contract. You probably bring back Juju, and then your work. They have nothing else to do but rebuild what the fuck that offensive line is, because that is some shit. And Tooney needs to move back to left guard, and they had no tackles. Trey Smith is probably leaving. The right guard.
You got to move heaven and earth try to get Trent Williams.
No.
I
don't think they have the money to
for a 1-year rental. You got to be like, hey, Pat,
I don't think they have.
Do you want number 4 or not?
I believe that he will restructure his deal because I don't think that he wants to have a season like that. Well, not a season, but a game like that to where he's getting pressure like that. Because this year's offensive line, he felt all of that. And that's why I feel like that was another reason why his numbers dropped. But also, it was just like,
especially a team like the Bills or the Lions get fucking Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Like hey, bro, you got to get somebody to protect me.
They have to force the issue on offensive line. Like, I would not be surprised if they draft their first 3 picks is straight linemen. It's kind of sick how bad it is, but again, there's no excuse to why that offense looked as bad as it did.
For sure.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So quick one. Very quick one. Is the GOAT debate over?
Oh, it's without a doubt. Now, he has to do some insane stuff for him to become the GOAT, for sure. I'm not going to say that it is sunken, like there's no way for him to reach it.
Oh, but it's a long time.
No, it's a long one coming. I mean, they are at the same rate, at 3-2 after 5 Super Bowls. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's over, but I think what he has to do legitimately has to be, he has to get to 6. I think
bare minimum is 6. Before the conversation even starts back up.
I think 5 will have the conversation started. I think 5 will have the conversation started. If he has to win probably, I would say, he's at 2 MVPs. I would say he probably has to win 2 or 3 more MVPs and at least 2 more rings before he gets to that 6th one. And then the conversation will start. Because the pace that he's on, again, like, granted, he looked bad last night. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that he did it. I'm not giving him any excuse. But we can't
unforget what he did up to this point. The fact that they were in their 6th Super Bowl in 7 years is the only thing that Tom Brady could do. So it's like he has 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs. He's on a better path than Tom Brady is already. I would say that he has to at least get to 6 for me to think that he is above Brady, but I will also have to see how he gets to 6.
Blown out in 2 bowls is crazy.
Valid. No, it definitely is.
Brady head-to-head twice in the playoffs is also crazy.
The 2 are, I can't really, he legitimately said that it's hard for him to look at himself as the GOAT losing to Brady twice like that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of GOAT debate is about hypotheticals. And that's the problem with them actually going
But my thing with him is, in both situations, you talk about Hurts outplaying Mahomes in one of them. I thought Pat outplayed Tom Brady the first time. In the AFC Championship
I can go with that.
And then in the Super Bowl, it was kind of like, okay, I'm over here by myself and he's over there with everybody. Like, I can't really do anything. I can't really put my best foot forward, so it's like, what am I really doing here? So, I mean, I'm not against anybody saying Tom Brady is for sure, because I still have him considered as the GOAT. I still have Patrick Mahomes considered as the 2nd best quarterback ever. But I'm not sitting here saying at this moment he has a clear path. It's not clear. It's not clear at all. He has a lot of work to go. And I think that a lot of this could be, a lot of that will simmer down if Andy Reid leaves. Whenever he retires and if Pat Mahomes still stays on that trajectory, a lot of people will sit there and because, I mean, that's the whole thing. Like the same way where Brady was like, he has Bill Belichick. Mm-hmm. And then he won without him. It was kind of like, oh no, he's
and
really
Bill Belichick went to shit.
Exactly. So I think it's kind of like, if Andy were to leave and he still wins like 1 or 2, then it's going to be like, was it really, don't get me wrong, Andy is a key reason, but like, come on, let's be honest. A player is a player and a football coach is a football. There's only so much he's going to do. Mm. And we saw what he was doing before Pat. I mean, they ain't never won a playoff game in Kansas City except for one. Let's be honest. I'm just saying.
The Eagles back to back NFC Championship game.
He did. He also had a he also had a squad. He also had a squad.
Broken leg.
He also had a squad. He had a squad in Kansas City. Only thing he traded in was the quarterback. So I'm just saying.
Did Jalen Hurts solidify himself as a top 5 quarterback?
I think he is in the conversation. If he's not 5, he's 6. I will say that. He did race for me. I will say that. He did play, because he played his ass off. Don't get me wrong. He played
3 quarters.
He plays, yeah. I think that it's a debate between him and Stafford. I would say Stafford only for the moment, but I would not be mad at anybody saying that Hurts is better than him. I'm not. I mean, my only thing with Hurts not probably being above Stafford is what he does on a consistency basis through the regular season is not up to standard for me as a top 5 quarterback. Stafford legitimately is, if not carrying, he's legitimately, okay, me and Puka are carrying. Like, it's not.
Get the ball to Puka and get the fuck out of the way.
I look at Hurts and I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he is this, but he gives me Brock Purdy vibes. And he does. He does. I'm just saying, when you have more than likely the 2nd best, if not the 3rd best receiving core, and then you have probably the best running game in the league, is not much that I'm asking for from you. And the fact that you can't put up numbers that are top 5 and you have that at your disposal, is kind of like, God, I need something. I need you to do something. And he doesn't do that. So
I will say he performs at the biggest stage. He's not shy of the moment. So anybody that tells me that he's a top 5 quarterback because of that, I'm listening. I can understand that. I might debate it, but I can understand it because again, NFC Championship the first time, he's playing against Christian McCaffrey at quarterback. Let's be fucking for real. He could have legitimately probably sat the rest of the game and they would have won. Like, come on.
You say he's on a Eli Manning type of trajectory? Like,
no.
Carried by his Super Bowl performances, his playoff performances? Because
yes, I would say that.
It's very feast or famine.
Well, I wouldn't even say because Eli Manning, he was.
Should have been a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't think so. But with Eli, his playoff performances definitely did boost him.
That's why he's in the conversation.
I feel like with the Hurts thing, it's kind of like people will boost his stats, but they're boosting it off of the tush push, and it's like, bro, I'm not here for that.
He's busting his ass for it.
He's not.
Literally.
I'm not here for that. Like that don't move me. Will I see you as a quarterback? Okay, cool. His running ability, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think he's without a doubt a top dual threat. But again, 6, I don't think 6 is disrespectful. I feel like 5, 6 is his range.
I'm talking about that range when you were at like 15 not too long ago.
Well, I think he was looked at as a top 10 quarterback.
No, I'm talking about like before that first Super Bowl run.
Oh, no, he was definitely probably looked at as a bottom 20.
Yeah, like it was bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, he's definitely boosted up. I think he was looked at as a 10, 11 quarterback this year, coming into this year, and now he's moved up. So.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Jim.
But, I mean, it's just like.
Shout out to all you Qs out there, man.
Yeah, for me, I just feel like if you can switch a quarterback in any of those situations, they would do the same. And that's my problem. So, I mean, like I said, 6, I'm cool with that. 5,
you said the same thing about Matt Stafford's Super Bowl.
We saw Jared Goff. It didn't. He's a top 10 quarterback, and let's be honest. If Jared Goff was in that situation, they probably were not being Tom Brady. Let's be real. Jared Goff's run was a nice run. The entire year he had a run. And even this year, Stafford probably played the best against that Eagles defense this entire season.
Which is insane.
So I'm saying, top 5, I mean.
In the snow.
I'm just saying. With one guy.
I don't know. I think Dad's going to have some words to talk about this because he probably going to think those 49ers going to make a comeback. Now that fat boy Debo going to be gone. But you know what this means. You know what this means we can do later on this week. Wait. Too early? NFL predictions for next year?
Well, we know what you already got.
They don't know.
You're repeating the same shit.
They don't know.
You're sick.
They don't know. But, hey, man. Kevon came in. 15 minutes. Pause.
I was going to say you're going to have NBA topics now.
Oh, no. NBA topics can start after All-Star break. After they start playing, meaningful basketball. Shout out to AD, giving the Mavericks a full experience in a day. Great game. Oh, he's out indefinitely. Fucking hate the NBA. Maybe we can do some college basketball topics. Talk about, your boy Cooper Flagg. Maybe he's the next hope for whatever team has the first overall pick.
Doesn't really matter. My bet is not.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. You're really fucked.
Imagine they win. I would be very much.
Imagine they win today.
I would be.
You send hate mail to Patrick Mahomes? Hey, bro.
We will have a conversation.
Hey, man, through the whistle, man. Super Bowl recap episode. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to y'all.